So recently, Yemoli did an interview when he said he knows of a baller that owes 143 million. And across the several blogs and platforms that particular clip has been shared, in the comment section, you see people arguing, "Oh, it's not possible." Although he, when more of that video was shared, he broke down how it's very, very possible. But at the same time, had new comments that were like, "Oh, the club will go under." How would the one club be owed that amount of money and the club has not folded up and all of that? So I'm going to explain how that club can continue to be in existence when such a thing happens. So there's a video I did a while back, I think last year, on credit policy. It will further elaborate on this particular topic. But just for the sake of this particular video, I'll keep this very short and sweet. So let's assume a particular club only sells Jack Daniels. And Jack Daniels in the open market is about 15,000. Now, in the club, it's usually sold between 50 to 80,000, depending on the kind of club you go to. So let's assume, for the sake of this video, it's sold at 50,000. So now, if on the average, a particular club is doing 300 bottles of Jack Daniels on a monthly basis, that's 4.5 million that they're using to, cost of goods sold, 4.5 million. Now, if they are selling those 300 bottles of Jack Daniels in the club, remember, it's at 50K a bottle, so that's about 15 million. So the gross profit already on those 300 bottles is 10.5 million. Now, inside there, let's assume this club doesn't sell any other brand other than Jack Daniels, which is highly unlikely. But for the sake of this illustration, they sell only Jack Daniels. So the 10.5 million that they got, that's the gross profit they got off selling those 300 bottles in a month, will now be what they use to take care of their monthly operating expenses. So operating expenses is salary, fuel for diesel, diesel for the generator and whatnot. So let's assume all of that is about 3 million on a monthly basis. If you take 3 million out of 10.5 million, what you have is 7.5 million. Now, if you watch that credit policy video, I said that your credit policy as a business should be based on your net profit. So net profit, for those that do not know, is the profit you get after you take out your operating expenses or the expenses associated with you doing business, salary, rent, diesel, whatnot. So we've taken out 3 million from the 10.5 gross profit that we got 7.5. So now, if the business now says, do you know what, we can afford to give out, let's say 40% of 40% of our net profit as credit for our ballers that don't want to pay that day or they can pay later. The guys who they try for club nights, okay, we can afford to give her 3 million. You understand? 3 million deducted from 7.5 million is 4.5, which is still a nice amount of profit. You take home every month, 4.5 million every month. That's good. You get. So now let's assume we give out that every month. 3 million times 12 months is 36 million. So if somebody that comes and say, man, oh boy, this club is being owed 36 million, say, how is it possible the club has not folded up? It's because the club are overinflating the bottles of their drink or a bottle of their drink. So because of that, they are good. You understand? They are making over 100% on each unit that they are selling. So because of that, they can afford to take some losses in form of bad debt and still make a good amount of profit as long as they are managing their credit. So they know that, okay, our monthly credit limit is 3 million. So they know they don't go beyond that. So it's where they now start having issues is when they now start giving credit above their net profit. So they're not giving credit into, so they're not giving 7.5 million naira worth of credit on a monthly basis or giving 10 million naira worth of credit on a monthly basis. So this time, the credit that they are giving out is now going past their projected net profit and eating into the money they use to pay salaries. You get my point? But if they can maintain it to a portion of their net profit or their projected net profit, they say, okay, do you know what? We already know how much we're averaging on a monthly basis. Okay, we say, okay, do you know what? This month, we will not give out credit worth more than 3 million. If they can maintain it, then of course, they can afford to give out those credits, write it off as bad debt as it were, and they will still be good. All you need to do is have a credit policy and have an accountant to monitor their credit sales and all of that. So in case you don't understand the whole credit policy thing, like I said, go to my, I think, YouTube, Blackbot TV. The video is there somewhere. I explained it elaborately. But if you don't want to go into all of that investigation, this is basically how a club can afford to be owed that amount of money and they don't fold up. Thank you.